And this is again gives us an understanding of measuring the association rule of if A then B, right, which is in the terms of data science is termed as antecedent and consequent. If I'm buying A, then I'm buying B, right? So in this case, diaper to beer. And there are certain measuring rules or confidence measures that have been used here. There's something called as support, there's something called as confidence. Now here in this example, support is 60% and confidence is 75%. And how do we reach that? Diaper and beer are sold together in 60% of the transactions. So out of the 5 transactions that we have seen, 3 of those 5 is where diaper and beer are sold together, right? And then in 75% of the cases, when someone purchases a diaper, a beer is also purchased, right? So that's also a terminology of if then kind of a consequence. When we look at discovering the measurement rules, the way we have to get on is, first of all, we have to convert this point of sale transaction to a binary matrix format. Unless and until we convert that, we'll not be able to have a data representation that can be analyzed. So in this case, you have seen a transaction ID, a point of sale transaction list of 5 transactions that we have captured. Now, how do we convert that to a binary matrix format? We kind of list down all the items that is possible. So here there are 6 unique sets that you see, and for each of the transaction ID, wherever it exists, we replace it as 1, else it is 0. So as you could see on the 15001 as a transaction ID, you have bread as 1, milk as 1, rest all are 0 because we just have these 2 items. So first we have to create and define this particular point of transaction to a binary matrix format. Then we move on to something called as support, right? How do we compute support as part of it? Support of diaper, when we say it's 4 by 5, which means all the occurrence in antecedents and consequences divided by all transactions. So you have, in this example, there are 4 cases of diaper which is being sold, whereas there are total 5 number of transactions. So 4 by 5, support of diaper is 80%. Similarly, if we take another example of support of eggs, that's going to be 2 by 5, which is 40%, and so on. So support of both the items, if we look at, for example, diaper and beer, in this case, if you would see diaper and beer together is only 3 occurrences out of 5, so which means 3 by 5, which is 60%. So that's how we compute the support parameter. Then we move on to something called as confidence. What do we mean by confidence? Confidence of X to Y is essentially interpreted as support of X intersection Y divided by support of X. And this is nothing but your transactions with both antecedent and consequent item sets divided by the transaction with antecedent item set, right? So here, if we take the similar example, support of diaper to beer is already computed 60%, support of diaper is 80%, and then when we go to confidence of diaper to beer, it's 60% upon 80%, that's 75%. So that's how we kind of understand the measure of confidence. Then there is something called as lift. Lift is nothing but given by the formula support of X intersection Y divided by support of X into support of Y, which means, in this case, we are getting a lift of little more than 1, which is 1.25 in this context of what we have taken. Now, higher the lift value, the stronger the association between 2 items. This is very important. That's where we try to understand when we analyze further from a huge set of frequent sets. Getting on to next and moving on, another measurement which is also important is leverage. When we ask the questions of how many times more often X and Y are occurred together than expected, when you look at it, is it a related kind of association or a coincidental association? In that case, leverage will give you impression about it. So leverage is nothing but if we try to identify from X to Y, diaper to beer in this case, then the formula is support of X intersection Y minus support of X multiplied by support of Y. So these are all some of the 4 key measures that we have seen, which gives an indication of how these are measured, right?